Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me Matt. We have a 2v2 for you here on Belgorod, based on the Western Front. Let's go through the players. With us in the United States today we have Stockholm Movie, the main developer of Spearhead 2 mod. That's the United States without a commander choice. We also have Ralph Roberts, also the United States, without a commander choice. We'll keep an eye on him. Represent the Axis today. We have Muru as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice. And Nobby Gops immediately out the gates with Infanterie Division for the Wehrmacht. This should be fascinating to see. Belgorod is a very aggressive 2v2 map, I think, because there's not actually that much distance and it's this large open road in the center with a lot of cut-off points, so this could be interesting. The Americans are spreading out to try and get as much ground as possible though, which makes sense. Not picking their commanders yet, probably waiting until they see what the Germans pick. And Mura's not picking anything either. Uri's gonna try and set up here. Pioneer's meant to destroy the sandbags though. Forcing the on back behind some crates instead, some barrels actually. Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht Infanterie is pushing on the northern flank here with several basic grenadiers and a Volksgrenadier by the looks of it, so just a basic 1-1-1 start. So we have the same here for Muru. Also going for the basic 1-1-1 start. Americans are just getting more and more riflemen on the fields. It's not like they can get much else, to be honest, unless they go specific commanders, so more riflemen is just more riflemen. And just rushing down here for this part. They might throw Gavada if they get the munitions. Ooh, that's a dead rifleman squad though. The rifle fire here of the combined Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers is too much. Americans have to pull back briefly. Good concentration of all the Germans here. They actually didn't take a single casualty yet. They might take a casualty soon though. Especially with these riflemen coming around. Pineapple grenade going out. Meanwhile, the north flank, there's a G for the Americans. 5 grenade hits it though. But he's still alive. Oh, gets taken out there, and these riflemen are in trouble. Goes the pineapple, but then they have to run. Southern flank, we have more Americans showing up to face off against the Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht versus the United States. This should be interesting. No Waffen-SS today. Need to see how it turns out for the Germans then. They don't have nearly as good infantry early game, they just have the Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers, which are not technically bad, but they don't have anything like the Sturm Grenadiers as an example. That's a lot of accurate rifle fire though. Keep on the southern flank of the United States. That'll definitely help. Also, we have double Volksgrenadier here for Muru now, just to get some more presence on the field. With the suppression, the Americans are trying to push up, but the accurate rifle fire is still working. The Americans have to get through a lot of areas with no cover. And that's just gonna make the Germans able to gun them down. Lots of good firefights here early, but it looks like the Americans are taking the brunt of it. They are suffering heavy losses. 30 caliber are arriving now for the United States, which will put a hold in some of the German advances, I think. 30 caliber Jeeper on the southern flank blown up as well. Or blown out, rather. Might see the rifleman try to deny it. Yeah, throwing it. Oh, they were wanting to throw a grenade at it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
They got a grenade on the Jeep to deny it. Does take it down though, so for sacrificing themselves, they deny the Jeep to the Germans. Double 30 caliber here now for the northern flank of the United States. That's a lot of machine gun. That's definitely going to force the Wehrmacht to be a little bit more cautious. MG42 has arrived on the field, however, for the Infanterie. We also have an MG down here, on the MG42. And that'll immediately stop that American 30 caliber. Those do manage to get behind cover though, but that's a lot of fire they're under now. Means they're not going to be very accurate. And immediately they fall back, realizing the Volksgrenadier is going to try and flank. They have another good position for the United States to be in. Oh, MG42 got pinned up there. That's going to allow the Americans to push up. Americans have lost a lot of units early on. They've yet to pick their commanders. Which I think is somewhat hampering them. Shumin trying to be late here by the Volksgrenadier. Another grenade going overhead. Oh, very good timing with that grenade there. And Shumin also got deleted there. No cheeky mine for the United States. Jason trying to fight against the Volksgrenadiers here. More Grenadiers also fighting along the front line. But I think the Americans are still somewhat on the back foot, at least units-wise. They will have to make a comeback at some point if they want this battle to get prolonged, where they can use that attrition to their advantage. But so far the Germans have actually bled them dry pretty well. Basically repulsed a lot of the American advances. We're just waiting back here. Americans do hold a fair amount of territory still, so not too bad. And double 30 caliber will definitely stop the German infantry from moving around a lot. But now we have double MT-42 down here to cover the southern flank. That's going to impede any American infantry push. Ooh, smoke grenades going out, very smart. Utilization of their utility abilities. And looks like Muro has gone for Wehrmacht Panzer. So infantry and Panzer. Generally very good at supplementing one another, as you'd expect. And cover for each other's weaknesses. No command chasers for the United States though. They're still biding their time. Might see Sturmgewehr hand out to the Volksgrenadiers here, which is the unique upgrade to them if you're playing as infantry, and we are seeing it on one squad. Oh, we have the big red one here, US Rifle Division here for Ralph Roberts. That's going to give them a lot more manpower to work with. And a lot faster units on the field if it's infantry and support teams. They'll arrive a lot quicker. We're also seeing a 50 caliber nest being set up here. Ooh, 30 caliber is not going to last under that much fire. They're not going to be able to set the nest up in time, I think. This will be the Sturmgewehr nearby. And no command ship from Stockholm Molby. Here comes the Germans. They want to try and deny that 50 caliber position. Ooh, I think they will be able to do it though. If they just take focus. Oh, smoke grenade, very smart. That's gonna buy them the time they need. Now that is gonna be a problem. Especially once the smoke clears. Ooh, those Swedes are not gonna get more down in the open. They do get a pineapple off.
We lost an infantry unit.
Decent pineapple, but not the best. Now this 50 caliber position is opening fire. So the Americans also digging in and find down here with a lot of 30 calibers. MP4 is being handed to some folks, grenadiers on the southern flank. Order has also arrived for the infantry. Smoke grenade in the front. They're gonna try and brandflashe the. That's actually a grenade. Raise structure, allowing them to maintain the gunner, and it's also getting upgraded fortifications. That thing is gonna be very hard to kill, but they've almost gotten enough damage on it. There's also taking the Sentinel. This is going on. Medic's being called in by one of the United States players. Oh boy, a lot of action here already. Order's going on the 50 caliber position. Or at least around it. Smoke grenades actually. Probably to cover themselves as they dig in defenses. NT-42 is still ripping them apart down here. Need to see if Stockholm Molby picks a command at some point. They have checked up, I think. Yes, and they have gotten the upgrade. Which is going to allow all their infantry to fire 50% faster. That's definitely going to improve the lethality of all the American infantry. We have an open blitz on the southern flank here to allow the Germans to reinforce. Triple MD-42. There's a lot of MD-42 here. We also have a Pack 40 arriving here for the infantry. More Sturmgewehr signed out to the Volksgrenadier. Ooh, looks like the 50 caliber structure repaired itself. Does have that ability, I think. That's going to allow the Americans to hold that northern position for a while. But I think the Pack can just take it out bit by bit. Oh, we have a command ship here. I think this is armored or mechanized. Oh, it's tank destroyer. Never mind. The United States tank destroyer with a crowd mower out the gate. Okay. Could be interesting if they can get close without being suppressed. You know, the Pack is slowly creeping up here towards the 50 caliber position. A tank destroyer is a pretty good choice nowadays, I think. It's got a good amount of buffs. There's no packs on the southern flank. This crowd mower can do a lot of damage.
Krauts just took out an entire gun crew.
Need to take out this MT-42, and indeed, that's enough to force the MT-42 off. But it was a mine, only killed one guy though. Assuming it's not the most effective, but they work and they're cheap. Americans are pushing up aggressively now while they have the chance. These guys do have an anti-tank rifle grenade, but not ready yet. Ooh, incendiary ammo piercing loaded and firing on the wrong target though. And the Americans are up here. Structure is being braced against the pack.
The sharpshooter has arrived.
American infantry is dying. Mines are being led in preparation. Flip to fall back. Oh!
Damn Krauts just wasted some
Oh, that is painful. Very good mortar right there. That mortar did a lot of work. Man Luke's arriving here. That'll take out the crowd more.
long-range artillery now available.
And now the Americans are lacking stuff to fight this, but they are getting an AT gun. And Luke can just drive up safely here. The Americans have nothing to stop it. And you also can now rip through them after it drives over their defenses. And most of them down in the road there. Bazooka team nearby. Ooh, bazooka hit. It doesn't hit, but it shocks nearby and hits it with shrapnel. That's definitely going to force the Lukes off a little bit. About the Ladung on the American infantry. They all clumped up. Oh, that's painful. AT gun also taken out. Oh, tank on the team. Gonna killed on the 50 caliber position up here. The pack is slowly chewing itself through it. Shot by shot. AT gun arriving here, but the Lukes is still mobile. The Americans on the southern flank have lost a lot of infantry. The Germans are still advancing. We are seeing the 28th infantry come out here, who now use shotguns, as you've probably already known about. It's a very interesting squad now. They used to be a very cheap alternative squad, but now they're just a very good assault squad. I think the only unit in Spearhead at the moment with the Winchester French gun. This should be interesting. The Winchester model 1912. We'll need to see if they can do any better here. Only being upgraded with 2 extra shotguns. Excuse me, I just ate my dinner.
One of our fighting positions.
Also been quite busy because I'm back at my internship, so that's very handy. Ooh, MP4 is gonna shred them to pieces, I think. Oh, there's some heavy cover though, but there's just too much firepower here. Ooh, that's a wasted 28th. Oh, that's painful.
Just lost a unit.
Artillery going in here. Looks like it was Jägers that moved up here for the Wehrmacht. NT42 100 rounds, armed here in the Grenadiers. Unique upgrade to them if you're playing as infantry. Really good upgrade for them, by the way. Just a better version of the MT42. Oh, it's gonna hurt the Americans that they lost at 28 so early. They are not the cheapest infantry anymore. I think they cost 300. Yep. 240 anymore. Oh well, 180 as they used to be as the cheap infantry. AT gun is still operational though. Just keep moving up the MG42s. Also an Aufklar here spotting ahead. And Jägers as well. Already taking some pot shots with their scopes doing Gewehrs. Flying over very long range here. The pack is just targeting ground. They probably know there's a vehicle there thanks to the minimap. Recon team also present. They'll be able to spot it shortly. You can also see where all the MGs are. Ooh, looks like the Oberblitz survived the shot. That's lucky. That's a very rare occurrence. And he's up here with the MG42 100 rounds. Although it looks like the MG gunner cannot hit because of this bush thing. And the Americans have a hard time pushing up here. There's a lot of Germans keeping an eye on them. Aufklar on the field here for the Panzer Division to help spot out the American recon. Mortar now arriving for the United States is 60mm. This is like the cheapest mortar, I think. Very cheap, but actually surprisingly effective if you actually make use of it. Who recon spots the Aufklar. Honestly, the 60mm is a little bit underutilized, I think. It's surprisingly good for supporting fire for cheap. This has to hit, obviously. Looks like we have another American anti-air half-track on the field. The M15 soon. All the Americans are taking up as well, so that's going to slow it down. Pack has to, AT gun has to pull back briefly. The Lux is coming up. No attacking. Oh, attack ground happening there, but it's still too much blocking it. The German mortars and counter barrage, which took out the 60mm. No, actually, 60mm managed to retreat. Good to see. Lots of automatic fire here from the German Wehrmacht. MP40s, MG42s galore.
Get ready! We're getting chewed up here!
Smoke shells going out now for the Germans. Looks like they're gonna try and take the point. Jäger's leading the way. Don't think the Americans can stop. There's that mine down the road. Germans have not stepped into it though. Now the 30 caliber can start opening fire soon if the smoke clears. Those Jägers in a bad spot now. They have to get out of there. The Volksgrenadier is going to try and take the point, or at least dig in, but that's not going to work, I think. And so far it's actually working for them. The Americans at the southern flank still having issues. Germans are also digging in behind this just in case. Always good to see. And will the firefights continue up here with the 30 caliber opening fire. Attack howitzers are coming off the United States. Panzer IV has arrived as a command tank, and another Panzer IV each coming up behind it. Because the Wehrmacht is preparing for like a building up for a push. The man still on the field here for the Panzer Division. Kampfkraft sent up as well. Looks like they're going for support team upgrades. But the same has been happening here for Nobby Grubs. Good to see people are using the Kampfkraft Center. It's surprisingly good. Can really help you late game as the Germans if you can get the resources for it. When they've been armed with the extra shotguns. That MG42 is gonna be a problem. Shotguns are doing their best here to try and hit them. They have like a frag grenade effect at the moment. They also use the Springfield rifle model, I believe. But the Lux is moving down to intercept. 28 have to pull back again. MG42 and the Grenadiers up here trying to hold the Americans back. Half-class spotty again. Panzer IV command tank is on the move. Where's the H? It's just arrived in the base. Here we go with the Grenadier. The Americans really want to get rid of them up there. Oh, it's white phosphorus. Nice to see. And just getting around the rear here. Using rifle grenade. Taking out the mortar.
We lost a gun crew.
The American officers do have access to all their officer abilities here, which no other faction has yet. So the Americans are a little bit ahead in the officer rework. Ooh, this M15 is not going to do much with the command stroke nearby. Has to back off quick. 80 gun sitting up. No penetration there. Penetration there. Lux is going for it. Ooh, good shot there from the 57. Command Lux taken out. You have some Grenadiers waiting still up there. More Americans reaching the front line from the Big Red One. They're a little bit easier to replace if you're playing as the Big Red One, as we can see the manpower differences here on Stockton Mulvey and Ralph Roberts.
Okay, go ahead.
Hawk shells landing across the battlefield. But the 80 gun arriving here at the 3-inch. Oh, that's a little bit of a bigger 80 gun. Much better than the 57. Push here from the German infantry. Volksgrenadier is pushing up through the smoke. Going a brand flush it. MG does not run in time. Oh, one guy does retreat. And then a steel Granate as well. A good smoke there from the Germans, smoke in the front line. Fanflash are going in here, they know where the lieutenant is. Oh no, they're going for the mortar again. Oh, it's gonna clear here shortly. But the Sturmgewehr are gonna move into the lieutenant. 30 caliber now opening up. That's a lot of smoke. Holy shit, the entire front line is smoked. Which is even gonna allow the 28th to start pushing up. Going a satchel charge. Panzer Force moving up, but the 3-inch already took a shot. Actually, that's a 57. I suppose you shouldn't underestimate the 57. It's still pretty decent. A good critical hit right there. 30 caliber also causing damage here to the Jaegers. But the Wehrmacht is still holding on down here. Not been easy for the tank destroyers to make a breakout. And it's pointed the right away. Another Alpha class creeping up. There's still the American recon team present.
AT gun ready.
Americans gonna try and retake their field point here. Britain's get some shots here towards the command Stuk, but command Stuk is gonna call in an artillery strike. Looks like the 20th are gonna move up to stop that. That'll be a satchel charge. Yeah, and that's still gonna delay that artillery strike. Very good job there from the 28th, just scaring it the Stuk away. You have the MT-42s ripping up here, taking out the Americans that took their fuel. Americans need some more specialized infantry, I think. Then again, Americans really just mainly get the riflemen. Let's just play some very specific commanders. Ooh, Stuk's pushing up here for a shot on the M15. Green took a penetrating shot there. Gonna force Stuk back. They also have a truck around here for the United States to help them reinforce.
There's a major reporting for action.
Or two sending up, the Americans know it's there. Also the light howitzers now opening fire. Only a very good artillery choice. Looks like it actually killed something. Looks like it took out the mortar team.
Anti-tank gun ready for action.
Very good light artillery choice there for the United States. Germans are not really able to push up here at the moment. More smoke shells are coming in. It's good to see them stuck. The H are moving down there, but they're just gonna get mowed down by more machine gun fire. I mean, artillery going on the northern flank. Just some light more artillery. Not a lot. Lieutenant is present here calling an artillery strike from the Germans. Just some smoke shells. There's a 50 caliber position to spot them briefly, but they're gonna take the point. 28 are gonna make a move for it though. German bunker back here, there's no gunner at the moment. There's a concussion grenade, which is one of the unique grenades these guys use, I believe. Pineapple grenade going out behind it. Shotguns and grenade kills them. But too much machine gun fire on them.
We lost an infantry unit.
Americans do their best to pop up the front line here as more Germans push up. It's 242 coming onto the field. And lots of German infantry. The Jaegers have taken heavy losses though. And Germans are out in the open. Ooh, that small border is actually doing a lot of work. I'm sometimes surprised how useful the small mortars can be if they're in the right position. Double Panzer IV pushing up here. Americans don't have any AT gun equipped here. But we do have one gun up here. But can't see because the hay. I exposed there from the H. Did some damage on the American position. Good shot there from the 3-inch. Recon team dead.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
So the Panzers managed to back off safely. Stu is now on the field. Sturmhaubitze, basically a howitzer mount on the Stuk chassis. M15 trying to get some long-range shots in here on the front line. Still not doing good for the Americans there. F-15 is trying to flank around. I think the pack is actually the only thing the Germans have at the moment that can stop this, and the command steward. Command Stuka, I mean. Americans trying to diversify their angles. Blue and Gray called in a very cheap rifleman you can get if you're playing as United States rifle. I don't really see them use that often, but they are fairly cheap and very useful for everything, basically. Oh, did they just ace with the howitzer? Yes, they can. British guns opening fire. High explosive kills the crew in one. It's the mine though, with a shell, so that's a wasted mine. More smoke shells going out here from the United States. Artillery going in though. They want to try and deny the American position. And to get like a foothold to get back from. So it's just normal artillery in the front. Oh, one shell hit close though. Who's probably going to be ready to open fire as well. He already has opened fire briefly by the looks of it. Got 5 kills. Gray running to the front to grab equipment. That's a good usage of him. Light field gun is trying to do its best. German empty push with some panzer support. There's with the Stu support. That's going to be very dangerous. One anti gun taken out there. Light mortars already doing a good work there. Crew dazed. The Panzer Force on the warpath again. Other Fiends has to turn to face them. Good shot on the command. Panzer 4, but they're still pushing up. Ooh, cleared out by the high explosive.
We just lost a unit.
This Fiends does turn into fire. Fiends being manned up here. Attack house cleared out. Command tank down. I think the Americans still hold. There's a firefight down here. Realism being pushed off here by the Grenadiers. 28 moving up to stop them. Force the Grenadiers back. And this is point slowly being secured by the Americans now, but the smoke is gonna clear. Shotguns opening fire. Pineapple grenade going out. MT-42 setting up. Panther tank has arrived. And that's going to be definitely a big problem for the Americans to deal with. And for G on the battlefield. That is a very potent medium tank. If not the best medium tank in the game, I'm pretty sure. He has more frontal armor than the Tiger does. And a pretty damn good gun. Very mobile as well. Not as accurate in the move as American tanks, but still pretty damn good. Always keep your fronted enemy with the Panther. Just the frontal armor of the Panther is just so thick. Just so good. German 105 coming out for the Rifle Division. No armored vehicles yet for the tank destroyers. We might see an M10 at some point, or even a Jackson. Level 80 guns point ready. Do a big push attempt here from this Panzer IV. No penetration though, so it allows the it to take out 180 gun there. Ooh, and just to back off. Oh, blue and gray pushing up. That's a death sentence for them. They're not very good quality infantry, so they're easy to hit. They are serving as good distractions. Meanwhile, the big Red 1's infantry pushes up. They're already being suppressed. You want the Germans to hold up down here.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Several 80 guns are ready for the United States in this flank. Second Stu coming out. Ooh. Oh, good side ship there from the 80 gun. Do remember the Panther does not have higher health than the Panzer IV, so penetrations will hurt it a lot. Just as higher armor. Health and armor are different stats, always remember that. Let's see. Germany have just trying to push up down here again. Smoke shells going out. M15 is present, it's gonna fire into the smoke. Not being the most accurate with its autoscan at the moment. Looks like they're reloading it. Oh, there we go, got a good one. Even caused the mine to explode. Generally, you shouldn't stand in your own minefield while you're under fire. That causes things to happen. German 105 pushing up now. Basically a Sherman with a 105 howitzer. Unique 2 rifle division, I'm pretty sure.
Combat unit ready for action.
More smoky in the munitions points. Oh, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Sherman got a kill down the MG42 team. Good. 105 Sherman is pretty good at taking out infantry. Ooh, these grenadiers not ready. Oh, good shot. Didn't kill too much though. Sherman 76 coming up behind it. Panther has been repaired, but the German infantry on the southern flank is starting to take losses. Oh, this taken out as well. Like, these American mortars are actually doing a pretty decent job. 81mm, not the 60mm. Well, shouldn't they deny the effectiveness of some American equipment? We are seeing a Jackson as well, so that is a 90mm AT gun coming out. That might be very useful. Artillery recalling by the command stock again. Probably around here. It's going to be some basic 10.5 centimeters. Like the Feldhaubitze. Not doing too much there, basically just scaring the Americans. Germans preparing to move. We have a Jagdpanzer here. That's going to be able to cut for that 105 Sherman pretty easily. Oh, turret jam, but it didn't do much else. Lucky for the Sherman. And we have the Panzers, Jagdpanzer and Panzers pushing up. 3-inch guns are trying to do their best. Several 3-inch guns are lined up. Ooh, one good shot down the Jagdpanzer. German 76 trying to push up here. Needs to be cautious though. High explosive loaded. It's going for their machine gun. Almost got a kill. Panzerjägers in the field. Good Panzers right there. Managed to force back again. The Germans are doing pretty decently, and the Americans are slowly making a comeback here, so it's good to see. Looks like the Jackson's been located to the northern flank. Probably because there's more Panzer presence, although the Panther down here would be the more obvious target, I think. But if the Americans could just somehow make a breakout here, they could start to overrun the German positions, I think. German stuff is very costly, especially late game. It's gone, thanks to the small AT gun.
The enemy is inflicting losses upon us.
The 105 is being repaired back here. Also the field howitzer is firing again. Light field howitzer anyway, pack howitzer. Ooh, Panzer 8's got a good shot there on the Jackson. You might see that the Panzer 4 dying if this 90mm penetrates. Oh, didn't penetrate. They do a lot of deflection damage though. Need to be cautious what they do with the Jackson. So he's gonna try and put another shot. Nope, no damage there. Just another deflection. Even the deflection caused a bit of damage simply because of how high millimeter the Jackson is. Shot there from the Stu. Going down the American advance. Yeah, Americans have a lot of defenses here. Mortar fight keeps going on. Not sure who has the mortar advantage, the Germans or the Americans, because the American 81mm, they're pretty damn good at this job. Time for relocating to the north. Looks like we're gonna have a tank fight up here. At least an armored fight. You know, the American infantry is still trying to take the munitions point down here. More smoke going out. 28 moving over with their shotguns. If they could actually get a shot off, it hits the target. NG-42 sitting up. That might be their squad. So they managed to pull away in time. Jackson is ready to brawl again. Needs to be cautious though. It's not heavily armored. This has a big gun. That's the thing about the American tank destroyers. They're not actually that armored. They just have very good guns. Ooh, it sees the stew. That's the stew gone. Ooh, Panzerjäger almost got a shot off on the Jackson there. King Tiger coming out into the field soon. So that's like a very heavy vehicle for the Germans to call in. But Jackson does have a pretty decent chance to penetrate with that 90mm. One of 5 Sherman opening fire with artillery. Just some harassing shells. Doesn't hit that much by the looks of it. Oh, never mind. Hit something but didn't kill anything. All the 28 are arriving onto the field here. Oh, Pack is trying to get shots in on the Jackson here.
The sharpshooter has arrived.
Looks like it manages to back off. That Pack shot misses. And the MG-42 still deny the American access to this point. The Americans still seem like someone on the back foot, but they still have that fuel point, which does allow them to keep the vehicle game up. 28 playing out this Pack. If they could hit with those shotguns, they don't seem to be able to at the moment. That's Voyage present. Buying high explosive. Doesn't hit anything because they're pinned. Jackson's trying to take a shot here. Oh, misses, but the 3-inch got a good shot there. That might actually have been the 57. So many 80 guns, it's hard to tell. Priest coming onto the field. Going to play a sermon here for the Germans. Basically a howitzer. One of 5 howitzer mounted on a German chassis, I believe. Very unique build, very unique vehicle. Artillery option available to US rifle, I'm pretty sure. King Tiger onto the field. Panthers probing. Loading high explosive shell. Takes up the crew of almost 180 gun, but they're still reinforcing past the truck. Artillery going in here from the command stook. Well, that's a problem for the United States. That's a lot of artillery. He's coming down here for some reason. How to help deal with the German defenses down here. Jackson's still pressing up here. Looks like the Sherman 105 got taken out. What about the Jagdpanzer or that Panzer Voyage? Oh boy. I definitely feel my allergies. It's definitely summer. Oh, Panther gets taken out by the 3-inches. That's unlucky for the Germans. King Tiger now on the field here. Ready to potentially roar through the battlefield. Double Jagdpanzer on the northern flank. I don't think that Jackson will serve well up there anymore. Priest is already doing a good job here. Riding artillery support. Ooh, doing a pretty decent job, I think, just to suppress the Germans. Also think the Priest barrage is pretty damn long. Fires 10 rounds. Yeah, that's a long mass barrage. You can like keep the barrages going for a while. How American of them. Also smoke happening. Just smoke across the entire front line. King Tiger's approaching.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
I don't think the Americans are prepared for this. High explosive loaded here by the King Tiger. Or we cancel it. Looks like the King Tiger's ought to hold fire. For now. So the Jackson has relocated down here to try and deal with the King Tiger. That's going to be a hard fight. Actually, know which one outranks the other, outranges the other. So the Jackson might outrange the King Tiger slightly.
Rifle squad ready for action.
No penetration, has to back off quick. Don't want to try and risk brawling funnily with the King Tiger. Well, if you have a fight, we're going up here. Just infantry firing at each other on cross long range. But the pack house might help. King Tiger's backing off down there. Second Jackson coming onto the fields. Jagdpanzer moving up here with a explosive shell. Well, it gets taken out. That's a big loss. Jagdpanzer's not that cheap.
Armor here.
We're on the hook over here.
Ooh, Jackson needs to be very cautious. There's a pack 40 back here. Ooh. Oh, I think he's gonna taken out by the King Tiger there. One big shot.
A medium tank was just lost.
But the Americans are still holding on here thanks to all the extra manpower they're getting for being rifle company. You can just see the manpower despite everything they have on the field here. Well, obviously just keep this fight going. That's another Panzer IV down. Jagdpanzer moving up. There's a lot of 80 guns still. So it's reconsidering. Now Big Ops is actually running low on infantry. What a good sign. We do a triple Pioneers. Pioneers are support infantry, they're not combat infantry. Well, generally Pioneers were actually considered assault infantry in the units they were attached to, I'm pretty sure. Priest is opening fire again, providing some support for the tank destroyers. Well, tank destroyer division company. And sweating a lot. This humidity is horrific. MD42 ripping into the Americans. I forced them off for a bit. Broken is going up, good to see. The Americans are going to try and go for that ammunitions point again. Meanwhile, the priest keeps playing its sermon. Jackson has arrived here. Ooh, mine goes off, hitting down the American rifleman.
New unit ready and on the field.
Germans still have plenty of units here to hold, though. Mine's been here in the northern flank, so they're thinking they might have to fall back at some point. MP4 is being out to the Pioneers. They are becoming assault infantry. Ooh, also lots of booby traps. Scorched Earth has actually been prepared. MG42 opening fire here. And King Tiger swinging his move. Need to be cautious. Jackson taking the shot. Doesn't penetrate. That easy to penetrate the front of a King Tiger, even if you're a Jackson. Going for another shot. Doesn't penetrate.
Incoming!
Be very, very careful there. Americans are dogging quite a lot here with all these guns. The pack house is definitely starting to do its work. Again. The Americans are still able to get this munitions point. They're damn well trying, though.
Combat unit ready for action.
Let's see what this Jackson is planning on doing. Putting high explosive shell. Takes out the AT gun. Oh, well, machine gun, I mean, not AT gun. I might have to give an opening here for the American infantry. But Germans might just move to grab the machine gun again. Police are still firing.
Enemy armor! Ready, set!
So much fighting going on down here. I suppose by the King Tiger. His infantry might be dead. Ooh, almost. Americans are still able to take the point. Fight everything. Black Panzer Q9 on the north flank, more 28th infantry being called in. There's lots of units now in the field for the United States. They're just overrunning the battlefield with support weapons and infantry. Americans able to take the point thanks to the recon team.
You got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Beast keeps firing. But they have to go now to try and duel with the pack howitzer.
AT gun ready.
Got a 105 Sherman on the way. Veteran C5 recon team. That is very rare to see for me. Oh, sorry, I hit this button. I didn't mean to do that. That was the one to put up the tactical map, if you're wondering. I believe it's the insert button on the small keypad on the side. Yeah, that's the insert button. I'm pretty sure.
Field artillery has arrived.
And more does actually damage open tops by the looks of it, as it should. It's just very rare to see because it's very rare for artillery to hit the open top of a vehicle like that. Germans are definitely starting to actually lose a lot of troops here. But I think the Germans still have this. They seem to keep applying pressure. Second Panther is coming onto the field here for the Denmark to support the King Tiger. But the Americans are still trying to push up here bit by bit. They are succeeding. Somewhat. Lots of American riflemen being pushed to the front here. King Tiger pushing through the smoke. Ooh, penetration. Didn't do a lot of damage, but it did cause the engine to burn. That's gonna slow it down. All the smoke is definitely working. Ooh, that's what's that called? It's called something. Delayed fuse or something? Where's the mod that it's doing it? It's definitely not this one, it's this one. Wurfgranate. Delayed fuse. It is a delayed fuse, yeah. Please summoning fire on the mortars now. Getting a good shot in. He actually needs to be somewhat cautious here. Now there's also the Panther to worry about. Oh, good shot from the priest. The line of Germans, the light artillery support.
Send your orders.
Bazooka grabbed here by the rear echelon. But there's a Panther. Looks like Jackson's gonna take a shot at it. Doesn't penetrate. Ooh, might get another shot off. Nope. At least not yet. Germany have to push through the center. Lots of pioneers here. The MP40s. That's 3 MP40s in one squad, by the way. That's a lot of automatic firepower in one squad. Ooh, got on dead here. Actually, the people at the top of the turret are dead. That thing needs to repair immediately and get some replacement crew. Britain's gonna get around the corner. 50 caliber position still present.
Swarming one of our emplacements.
King Tiger still present. Water being recruited by the Grenadiers. Post-Grenadiers to be specific. Ooh, yeah, the Germans are starting to suffer lack of units. But it's natural with all these units, they have a lot of upkeep. The heavier the unit, the more upkeep it has, by the way. It's not always a it's not always a good thing to grab the heaviest unit you can get, as it will slow your resource income drastically sometimes. And a Panther and a King Tiger is definitely gonna affect them a lot. Ooh, we have a pretty long match going here, actually. Expect it would be this long. Not that I'm complaining.
Armor here.
I just realized I am a lot more tired than I normally am because of my internship, so perhaps I should have recorded this late. Oh, Halfman taken out here by the Jackson. Very good shot by that high explosive. Oh, Wolf Granada going out. Jackson needs to have a lot of work done for it. Oh, we also have a howitzer. No, this is Stu. Stu does work as a howitzer after all. Fires 3 shells, I believe. Yep. Good shell right there. We still have the King Tiger. Keep an eye down here.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
I suppose we'll kill some of the blue and grey. We'll hold the northern points here. Not giving those up. Most of the Americans are really planning on doing an assault there yet. So they want to take out the German Panzer forces first of all. Oh! Did that priest just hit straight on it? Looks like it did. Killed the Pendle Gunner.
Send your orders.
We're gonna make them pull it back for a while if they're smart. I would definitely pull it back, especially with the artillery still landing around it. This priest is very persistent. He's already written C3. 1 of 5 Sherman pushing up here. Lots of mines have been prepared though by the Germans, so they are prepared to pull back. King Tiger still pulling back for some repairs if it can. Americans are slowly creeping up with the infantry and AT guns.
We have lost a squad.
Ooh, mines are going off down here though. Germans have prepared some mines in the case they had to fall back. Lots of illegal mines, good to see. Ooh, Volksgrenadiers might get taken out here. The AT guns are just blowing through all the bunkers. Stu also moving to the southern flank again. We have double Stu down here now. Supplement the Panther and the King Tiger. And lots of shells flying through the air here. Mongo lost his crew there. Ooh, Panther pushing up. That's very risky. Jackson doesn't hit. Driver injured. But it looks like the Panther decides to not keep pushing it. So this Jackson might just be saved. They have an open blitz there to service a repair station. King Tiger's pushing up somewhat. Tank on nearby, trying to fire a bazooka shell. Or rockets, doesn't matter, they get pinned. And this is a lot of action here. You know, the Americans trying to push up here. SEGA trying to intercept the Sherman. But a good shot there, one Sherman, almost killing it. They have to pull back. Second priest going to be around the battlefield. That's going to be a lot more artillery for the United States.
Ready for action.
Double priest is ever going to allow the Americans to do a lot of shelling. King Tiger's going to penetrating shot there, so that's to pull back, I think. Don't want to risk it. It's a very costly vehicle to own in the field. And the Panzer Division was lacking in infantry. That's just too much Americans. Double Jackson on the fields. Ooh, Panther down. It penetrated the Jackson in return. But Jackson can just back off safely. Not a good situation for the Wehrmacht to be in now all of a sudden. They should probably have pressed harder earlier. Still blue and grey are pushing forwards. Coming into the German infantry here. But priests are opening fire. Go grenades going up from the blue and grey. Oh, rifle ain't gonna do much there. Grenadiers will be positioning behind the sandbags up there. And then get to work with MG42. More American infantry is coming in, lots of blue and grey. But they are arriving piecemeal at the moment, which the Grenadiers can just mow down. As you can see, very quick succession. Jackson's away to gate and brawl with this King Tiger again. Another Panther is gonna arrive shortly. Wolverines gets taken out. I think the priests are definitely starting to prove their worth a lot. King Tiger's trying to decide where he wants to be positioned, I imagine. Ooh, Jackson's getting both shots in, no penetration though. Now the King Tiger knows Jackson's there, so it has to decide where he wants to fight. No penetration again. No penetration again. There's a very low chance with the frontal armor of that King Tiger. 2800. That's an absolutely high stat for a frontal armor. I think only the Jagdtiger has more frontal armor, which makes it kind of ridiculous. Oh, that's one Jackson down. Not too close. Jagdpanzer is not serving the best they can up there, but they're doing their best, I guess. They're just not dealing with a lot of tanks on the northern flank, which you would expect. This is the United States Rifle Division. Second Jackson goes down apparently. Looks like the King Tiger got a shot, but didn't get penetrated in return. But now the King Tiger has no threat to it. I suppose a William Bazooka could. The chances of that is relatively low. Another Panther has arrived here. Ooh, Priest do hit the shots pretty close though. More and more Americans are pushing up, taking ground. Moving through all the craters that's been set up. And 81's opening fire. Remember, the Panther does have high front armor, but it only has medium tank health, so if that 3-inch penetrates, that's going to be a lot of damage. Back 40 moving up. Yeah, I don't see a lot of action near the flank at the moment. It's mostly down here. Panther's being very aggressive. Very risky move, but it might pay off here. Nope. Too much fire coming its way. Yeah, there we go. One penetration too many. King Tiger still being repaired. Look at the pioneers from the infantry is moving down to help. Blue and grey trying to push up here, but there's a booby trap. Germans have sabotaged everything. Police is still operating down here. I need some water. Let me just fill up my glass here with some for my water jug, because I do have some water just keep on me because of how hard everything is. Yeah, constant move there. King Tiger moving down here. Looks like I got penetrated by several shots, probably some of the 3-inch AT guns. Because I don't see another Jackson on the minimap yet. Check. Yeah, no Jackson yet. And let me drink my water. Ah. Oh, that's so much better. Whew. The heat here is killing me. Seriously is. I'm trying to lay more defenses. Yeah, because for some reason, the Panther accesses heavy cover, but it doesn't actually allow you to stay in it as heavy cover, so it's kind of confusing. I think it's just a vanilla Company of Heroes bug that was never fixed by Relic. Those are now operating as artillery pieces. Trying to supplement the Panzer Division as best as they can. But the Americans are still doing a good job pushing up with this truck, just allowing them to reinforce in the field. But the Americans are still suffering infantry losses.
An entire gun crew.
Honestly, if the Germans got some more infantry forces, like some Panzer Grenadiers, they could probably push up on this pretty well.
One of our forward buildings.
Like when they support the King Tiger. Like supposed to do it here by the King Tiger. American weapon is always ready to grab the weapon again. One penetration. Second penetration, main gun down. The King Tiger has to back off immediately. Go grenade out to cover it. Bazooka misses. Honestly, I think the Germans are lacking in Panzer Grenadiers. Need some to supplement and support the King Tiger. And normal Grenadiers don't get the fighting bonus from being near tanks, like Panzer Grenadiers do. They do get the cover bonus, where they cannot be suppressed. But they're not exactly trained to fight alongside Panzers. And it's just a lot of shells flying through the air here from all these guns.
We have lost a pack gun.
Lots of brutal fighting. The priest still firing? Looks like it is. The Americans could do with some more infantry on this flank though. Oh, very an American push up here. There isn't really a lot to stop them, so the Americans might be preparing to push. Did all the Jagdpanzers die? Oh my god, they did! Wow, okay. It's actually only one Aufklar, and he immediately decides to fall back as the Americans push. King Tiger push down here with the Germans. There's a distinct lack of infantry though to support it. An Aufklar with two weapons teams is not really what I'd call good support for a Panzer. Oh, driver injured by all the AT guns. They're getting a lot of shots in on it. Smoke popped. They're gonna try and keep it alive for a while. Driver's been replaced. They have to drive it back to safety. Looks like it'll make it back safely. Well, the German infantry trying to make a counterattack up here. The 105 shipment's gonna make that hard. With a Panzer might get another rocket off. Oh, that's a dead squad down there. Panzer does not make it. Germans are suffering a lot of attrition up here.
Listen up. Tank ready.
But the Jagdpanzer survived though. 53 thanks to the Kampfpanzer Center. Almost takes out that Sherman in one shot. No more 25 survived down here. Green assault going off in the Volksgrenadier. Holy shit, still. Light infantry gun is also present up here, but it's not really doing that much, I think. King Tiger's ready to move again, gets penetrated immediately by a 3-inch. Probably them to back off. This is where they need the Panzer Grenadiers, if you ask me.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
3-inch firing in Romanian depleted rounds.
Keep it
Probably reference to the fact that it's penetrating the King Tiger so easily. It's just lock your rolls. And the fact that 3 inches is not a bad AT gun at all. Not a Panther arriving.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Has engaged us.
Ja, just wonder where all the Panzer Grenadiers are. Like a Gruß Deutschland on the 15th will be very good to supplement the King Tiger as it advances. Like you can even arm the 15 with both Sturmgewehrs and MP40s, which will make them very good in the assault.
The machine and Gewehr team is away.
Like they could move alongside the King Tiger and they could keep firing, waiting and praying.
Heavy panzer here.
King Tiger's ready to move again.
Orders! Fire! Crowd's got heavy armor!
Tiger needs orders.
Postgres and Grenadiers leading the way. Looks like not, the map has lasted that long. Oh my god, they are playing this at 3 AM for Nobby? Yeah, that's pretty late. Bucks good thing now. And first being very brave here. Hammer gets taken out. King Tiger pushing up is still lacking in all the infantry, but there is some infantry support this time. Still too much fire going in on it. High explosive takes out one team.
Forces have been reduced by 1.
But King Tiger manages to back off again. Looks like the Americans have turned this around somewhat. The Americans just need to keep applying the pressure.
Listen up. Here's the deal.
Sherman bulldozer ready. Armor here.
And a 105 arriving. Like brutal engagement here. And we have started to see the 15th arriving. Good, I think that's a good idea. Because they are much better at supplementing and supporting vehicles.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
They also dedicated assault infantry, so they're pretty good at that job. There's going to be MT-34 and Sturmgewehr. This kind of assault operation, I actually think the MP-40s and the Sturmgewehrs would be a good mix. That's that way they can keep firing on the move.
Squad, get ready! Go ahead.
That's why Americans still trying to dig in.
Standing by.
Let's get that King Tiger repaired. Still the Blitz is working on it.
Ready. Go ahead.
Germans are still holding on the north flank. 105, Sherman is being an issue. Black Panther's moving up to stop it. Kills the driver. Just one more shot should do it. That's 105 down.
Artillery ready for deployment.
15 has to stick near the tank when it pushes, I'd say. That's a lot of American stuff still.
Send your orders.
The King Tiger still has a lot of kills. It's done pretty well for itself. It just keeps getting forced to pull back. Just a bit of a buck truck here,
Securing our territory.
but they're just firing at it and they don't know why. That is something that can happen, by the way. It looks like they are clearing it out. How awkward is it? Well, it might actually not be bugged, but I'm not sure. They were just firing at it. Looked awkward. I have seen bugs like that happen before, though. Oh, and the Panzer just moved on their own and they got mowed down. We need to stick to the tank.
Receiving fire!
The Phoenix guns are creeping up again, though. You've seen the way Stu's opening fire with artillery shells. Trying to weaken their position here. Pretty good shell right there. Now that Jackson has arrived.
Allied AT gun has been
Ooh,
destroyed.
Jackson takes a shot, doesn't penetrate. King is pushing aggressively. High explosive loaded. It's going for the SLR-80 gun. Germans are flying on the flank with the infantry. Good to see. Bortskåners moving up here from the infantry division. Applying some stun gewehr pressure. Looks like the Germans might be able to do a final gun. Oh, turret jammed on the King Tiger. I mean, that push is kind of stalled. Jagdpanzer's moving, pushing up as well though, or trying to. Gets taken out by the Jackson, one shot. Ooh, not the best situation now for the Germans again. I suppose to do it by the Jackson. Only kills one guy. The Jagdpanzer coming out here for no big ups. I think some Stuks or some Panzer 480s might do better considering the situation, but I'm not sure. It's always very hard to judge when you're watching this, obviously, what goes through people's minds. They already have some strategies or plans, potentially, or an idea of what they want to do. Might be a lot better than what I'm saying. But remember that. Take what I say with a grain of salt when it comes to, well, gameplay practices. I'm only stating my own opinion these times. Most of the time.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
Boards around a bit. A little bit tangled up here. This has become a long match. Even I'm starting to feel exhausted. I get what Nobby was saying. I apologize if my commentary gets a little bit slow, but it's just because I'm tired after a long day at work as well. I can definitely feel it. Ooh, that's a priest firing, I think. Ooh. Is that airburst shells? Nice, I'm ready to see that. Nice, takes out the MG42 team. Can't take out something. Two firing.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Looks like the Germans are preparing for another push here. Might be a little bit desperate at the moment. There's still a lack of German in specialized infantry. Pioneer seems to be the go for now. Oh, Jackson penetrated the King Tiger. That's gonna force it back immediately. When the Jackson penetrates the King Tiger, it does do a lot of damage, as you can see. Okay, someone stew there. The high explosive loaded. Hands fast, trying to go off. Oh, high explosive missed. But the Americans able to push him in the flank still. When the if not gonna last long though. Well, unless the high explosive misses. These Pioneers do have MP40s though. About Ladon going out. Pineapple in return.
Get ready!
A little specialized infantry again for the Germans. The Panzer Division is quite stuck in on just getting some more Pioneers to supplement and support the King Tiger to repair it. Jagdpanzer down here again by the Jackson. Jackson's doing his job very well. This recon team certainly allows the Americans to keep an eye on what's going on. They're also veteran C5, by the way. They do a pretty good job. King Tiger pushing up again. He's gonna take a shot. No penetration. Half gets taken out by a long range shot here. Ooh. Right, they hit the Jackson there. Ooh, it's a very brave move of this King Tiger. High explosive loaded. Doesn't hit anything. There's too much debris because of all the craters. Jackson taking shots again. Doesn't penetrate. Jackson's failing to penetrate at the moment. The King Tiger still taking deflection damage. But has to pull back. The armor's getting too scratched, basically. Scratched and dented is probably the better word. Ooh, that's a Grenadier squad from a high explosive on Jackson. Stormtroopers arriving here for the Infantry Division, one of their unique squads. Which I'm pretty sure there was talk about these guys becoming not locked to one guy, but you can have several of them. But that would mean Infantry gets a lot of potential things. But it would give them something that's not the Jaegers to have on the field. I think would be nice, personally. The Jackson's on the hunt. They're trying to hunt down that King Tiger. This recon team is doing a lot of work. Honestly, very good squad. How much sight is that actually giving them? And look how far they're allowing them to see thanks to that recon team. They have all the ideas of what the Germans are doing down here. Yeah, trying to hunt down this thing still. So we get taken out by the Jackson. 1 of 5 Shimnos pushing up there, so they're going all out this time. King Tiger leading forward to try and give them time. Oh, Jackson penetrates.
We are suffering losses.
Ooh, that's not good for the Germans. Jackson's leading the way. So the Americans are aiming to end this. Oh, 105 kills the Pioneers on the flank there. Another Stu taken out. Actually, he's been debrewed.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Almost got the King Tiger there. If they just keep pushing, they might have it. They're backing really off into their base to keep it safe. That's another Jagdpanzer gone, by the way. And then meanwhile, the Americans have pushed up someone on the other flank. Trying to base defenses now. It's because of the Jackson. The Jackson has a 90mm gun.
Armor here.
Probably the best anti-tank unit in the game. It's kind of what tank destroyer is designed to be like. It's designed to be themed around destroying vehicles. It's kind of the whole deal.
Ammo! I need ammo!
Those shotgun shots, by the way, having like a fragmentation grenade effect. I think that's the only thing they can really add to the mod as of now. Looks like a shotgun somewhat. While also not looking like a shotgun shot. At least it's something. It does what it's supposed to do.
The enemy is attempting.
The Germans might attempt its final attempt here. Jackson's to take name. Doesn't penetrate.
Foes are behind our lines. Headquarters attacked.
Jackson's doing what they're meant to do. Shooting scoots. The good old shoot and scoot. You shoot and then you back off. Ooh. Just one thing penetrates that King Tiger. Oh yeah, that's one good shot there from the Jackson. Trying to back off now. And the Jacksons are going in on the hunt. Smoke did pop though. I really think the Germans could just surrender at this point. It's not like they've lost any... lost bad at this. It's been a long fight. Long and brutal with lots of back and forth. Even had the Americans all the way up at their base for a while. But the Americans survived into the late game to get the units they needed to counteract the Germans. which I think is a good play. So that kinda is really well done. It shows that comebacks are very much possible in this game, by the way, if you have the right equipment. I think the Allies are a little better doing comebacks than the Germans, though. Simply because that Allies get more resources to work with. King Tiger's ready again. Are they gonna keep fighting until this King Tiger dies, is what I'm wondering. Those two has arrived. Pushing out again. Like, enough of those Jacksons, he could definitely do a lot more work. But the Americans just have a lot of AT equipment. Or shooting the schooner. One Jackson down there. The King Tiger will kill the Jacksons in one shot. Always remember that. It does have that 88mm. Stormtroopers and Jaegers are flanking up here. It's one of 5 ships to cover them though. Yeah, that's a good shot there. Oh, Jackson penetrates! And King Tiger down. Was the 3-inch squad to kill? And there it goes.
Orders coming in. Stand ready.
At that point, the Germans surrender. Quite a long battle, but I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.